really ostomies, and your ostomies are the 2 3/8 is appropriate. So if your flange is up to 2 1/4 inches, then you can use that. If it's over 2 1/4, the 2 3/4 inch flange will work. And if it's a one piece or an oval pouch, then you would order the oval opening. I passed out a brochure. So we have these. Now, we're the manufacturer. Everything is made in the United States, in West Springfield, Mass., and he does all of the cutting and all of the sewing. So every one of these belts is processed by hand. I pack and basically ship almost everything we do. I did it mostly for my brother, but in a lot of ways, I'm doing it for ostomates because it's really helped a lot of people. More than one belt is usually a good idea because it needs to be hand washed like a nice sweater and then laid out to dry. This comes in a 6-inch and a 4-inch. The 6-inch, again, it's really quite comfortable. We don't make it any bigger than 6 if we can help it. We do make custom belts for very special problems. I work with the WAC nurses, and we put the thing together. So I've actually made double barrel belts for people with either a fistula and a stoma or a double stoma. Fox Chase Cancer Center was one of the first groups that really picked up on it. And Fox Chase really likes the belt. Everybody leaves with one of my brochures. I sell a lot of belts through Fox Chase Cancer Center in Philly. And in fact, got an email from a doctor's office. The surgeon there is now prescribing the belt and putting it on his patients when they leave his surgery. Mostly, especially when he's repairing hernias. So they're walking out, they're leaving the surgery with the belt, with the Celebration belt on. So it's a composite material with a soft tricot inside, and the outside is Velfoam, which allows it to stick. The rest of the inside material is the same as this Velfoam. This comes with it. This is called the Stoma Shield, and this Stoma Shield pops into the front of the belt and will sit just like that in these buttonholes, and it protects from seat belts, trauma, police. I've got one guy that was going back to playing amateur hockey. This will absorb the shock, and your stoma's not going to take it, because the stoma can be delicate, as you know. So this comes with it. It sits out a little bit, but it allows your pouch to fill. It does everything for it, and it really fits nice like that. So once you wear it, it's really not bulky. I mean, you said you've worked with this belt.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And when I first started, I took it over in 2000, so it's 15 years. And I went to a Wound Ostomy Continence Nurses Association meeting outside of Philadelphia, and I couldn't find anybody that had heard of the belt, which I'd only had it for a year or two, but that's all right. Nobody heard of the belt. I was in Rhode Island for the New England Association, and there wasn't a single nurse that came to me didn't have at least one patient with this belt. And they like it. And the surgeon likes it, which is really very cool. Yeah, you put the pouch on like it is, okay? And I recommend that everybody takes the belt the first time you try to use it. Take a pouch and a wafer, put it together. All right, hold it in front of the belt like this and pull it through and see how it fits. And then, once you're wearing it, you just put this in front and you pull your pouch through.
Oh.
You just string it right through, and then your pouch is hanging down, and then you can tuck it into the pocket, and it'll fill while it's in the pocket. This will fit over the top of it in the buttonholes if you're driving or you need seat belts or anything like that. Otherwise, if you don't need the protection, you don't need to use this. It's just a part of it, all right? So it does hold good support, really good support. If you put this belt on and you've got a hernia, we recommend that you put the belt, if you lie down, it'll reduce the size of the hernia, and then tighten the belt a bit on you, and then stand up, and it's going to work like that. It helps to reduce the hernia, it helps to hold it in place, it helps to prevent another hernia. I also have a lot of people who tell me that it really supports their back, giving me the support and everything else. So we came out with what I call the low-profile belt. Just made a simple belt that will hold it, will give you the good compression, doesn't have the pocket or anything, but if you're going to go out in the evening, not that tight, just snug, really. And it's very adjustable. I mean, the Velcro and everything really works well, and you know, there's good elasticity to it. So it's very comfortable. Coming to the local groups like this, which is great, talking to people, because then they talk to people, but the wound ostomy nurses have been promoting this belt across the board. I have samples of my belt in over 200 hospitals right now. Every time I go to a meeting, I say, if you want a sample for your clinic, call me, I'll send you a sample, I make them email me. Because I figure if they take the effort to email me, then I can take the effort to send them a belt. But it's in over 200 hospitals now. You call me, I will help you figure out how to size it. Okay, it's just basically, you need to do it lying down, what they call a supine position, with a tape around your body at the level of the stoma. Because once you do that, it reduces any kind of swelling and allows the belt to fit properly and snugly. Okay? So that gives you the number of inches, and you can interpret that through the chart, or you can call me and we'll figure it out. When you take it apart, okay, so you've got the two pieces. If you measure the outside diameter of this ring, that tells me what size opening you want. It wants to be within the circle of the plate inside the belt. And once it's in there, it holds it really securely, and it won't slide sideways or up or down. And then once it's in the pocket, A, it does muffle it a lot because of the fabric and because of the way it's set up. But B, we all know that you get a pendulum effect once these things start to fill. So you've got a pendulum effect and everything else. It's not happening once you put it into the pocket. It's very comfortable. And like I said, you know, customers are very active now, cops, everybody else. This guy playing golf all the time. So if you had a one-piece and you wanted to maintain the one-piece, you use the oval opening, but that's your oval opening.
Oh, okay.
There's plenty of it.
Right.
All right, so we came up with this 2 3/4 by 3 1/2. Mostly because people said, well, you know, I need a 3 1/2 inch opening, and you go, in a 4-inch belt, the 3 1/2 inch opening doesn't work. Period. It's not going to happen.
No, that seems to be plenty of.
And you know, it's just allowing yourself to take the time. And what I tell people, again, I'll go back over it, put it together, or if it's a one piece, hold it behind the belt, thread it through, and make sure that you know how it's going to come out before you try to do it this way, right? Because it's hard from that perspective, unless you're standing in front of a mirror or your spouse does it for you, which I have plenty of people. You know, it's very funny, because nothing against us men, but 99% of the time, when I get a call about a man being new to this, it's his wife.